So I've been getting a lot of requests on how to do my setup at the Puyallup River. There's a couple different ways that you could do this. So on your main line, I have a swivel, normal snap swivel right there. And I like to use, within my spot, I like to use pencil lead. Now that could vary due to water flow and rocky conditions, if it's sandy or not. If it's sandy, I'll end up going, in a fast flowing, I'll use a cannonball. Cannonballs tend to dig harder than a pencil weight. They, pencil weight will slide over rocks a lot easier than a cannonball. Cannonball sinks straight down and fast. So you're gonna get a lot more hang-ups in the rocks. So, but I use the sliding system here. Slides up and down my line for the weight, just like that. And then I put on a bead for protecting my knot. And then I'll use a barrel swivel. This is what you call a barrel swivel. And I will tie that, my main line, on there, which is the normal fisherman's knot, or the improved clinch knot. And then that bead comes right there and protects that knot. So when your weight hits it, it's not hitting on the knot itself. I like to make my own weights here with the I'll get the, let's see what I got. So I buy the lead coils, pencil lead, from, you can buy them at Bass Pro, Sportsman's, wherever, but they'll have rolls of this. This is a lot bigger. I'm using it obviously, and then I'll cut off the size piece I want, and then I'll cut it a little bit bigger, that way I can size down if I need to. I have a hole punch on my pliers, and it creates that hole right there. You can just punch them in and put it on your sliding weight system, just like that. That's how I make my weights. Then you come down to the business end of things. Leader length. A lot of people use really long leaders down there at the Puyallup. The water's really murky, and basically what you're doing is just flossing salmon. You're flossing. And as far as color goes, I don't think it really matters. The only thing I think that matters is the size of your corky, the size of your hook, because you want to get down to where the fish are. Same with your leader length. If you're having really long leaders, you're going to end obviously be covering a lot more ground, but the fish, your leader might not be where they are. So you might need to shorten up your leader. Shorten up your leader if you're not getting any fish at all. Shorten it up. Maybe go with a bigger corky, maybe a bigger hook. Try different variations to figure out where the fish are in the level of the river, so that you can get the proper flossing technique or drifting technique down to where the fish are. So, but I also use a corky here. You can use a bead, but I will peg my corkies with a toothpick. So you don't want to, you can have it free running if however you want, but I like to peg mine, kind of do like a fly type of thing. So I'll take this toothpick right here and then just jab it in there, just like that. and then now it's stationary. It's not going to go anywhere. It stays right there. Then I use an egg loop knot. Now you can look that up online. I'm not sure if I have a video on an egg loop knot or not. I might, but that's your egg loop knot right there. You can also get a long piece of yarn and tie it on. Just do a knot right there, and then if you're pegged, you can also have it like that and just tie your yarn on there and then cut it to size. But yarn, pretty much what I have been told from the old timers, is that yarn in the Puyallup is just for catching teeth. So when you do floss a fish, that yarn gets stuck right in the teeth so it doesn't fall out. So whenever you feel a fish getting flossed, and then that yarn will catch it right in its mouth, and then you can get a good hook set on them. So that's basically what I use yarn for. So it doesn't matter what color. You can say it does, but in the Puyallup it's rough. Another way to set up your line, instead of doing the sliding setup, you can do a three-way. And this is what the three-way looks like. Some people swear by it. Some people don't even use the sliding systems. Some of the older generations that I know swear by this right here. So you'll just so this will be tied up just like that. Instead of having a sliding setup, it'll just be just like that. And there will be no sliding weight, no slinky weight or anything in there. So use it like that. Tie your leader onto it, this side, tie your main line, and that's stationary. It stays right there in place. So that's another way that you can do and try different ways. So I try both. So if I'm not catching anything and nothing's biting, or I'm always switching up my stuff. So that's pretty much my setup for the Puyallup River. And do not be, if you get hung up and you're not getting any bites, change it up. Change it up. Now, as far as line goes, I like to use anywhere from 12 to 15 pound test mono. And then if you're using braid, I like to use anywhere from 30 to 50 pound test braid. Because if you're using braid, I'd rather break. And when you're using braid, use a mono leader, so that when you do get hung up, you're just breaking your leader instead of the braid. Because leaving braid in the river like that, it just makes snags and hang-ups that much worse for everybody else to get out. So just use mono and use a heavier braid so that you can snap off your leader. So that's one good tip there. Everybody has their preferences, as long as you're smart with braid in the river, I think it's just fine. So but yeah, this is my setup for the Puyallup River. I hope this has helped somebody out there. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.